And it's on a Wednesday. So welcome to the Rawrrzone Wednesday edition. See how smooth I did that. See how smooth.
What you mean smooth?
I
Listen,
didn't.
man, we're doing the Monday Night Raw into the Warzone on a Wednesday night. Get it right.
So as my guest, Mr. Torres PR over here, had once said, we're here on a Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Katie K. I'm the reason why your girlfriend goes to bed happy. Well, technically now it's a Wednesday night. Don't get used to it, but
Can you elaborate on that though? Like, why would someone's boyfriend? Why would they go to sleep happy? Like,
because look how hot I am. What kind of
that's
question is that?
obvious. But I'm saying, is there anything more to that?
I mean, my show entertains people. Maybe some girls get a little,
oh, little tickle,
a little tickle, yeah,
little moisture.
a little bit,
All right,
you know.
that sounds great.
But
That's that Greek freak shit.
pretty much, man.
I like that.
Oh,
Ooh,
we'll talk about this after.
let's get it.
So as Dip said, yes, not Monday. I had another obligation on Monday that didn't even end up following through because I wasn't feeling well. So instead of giving you the sick person and the tired person and the person that survived the give back, I thought I'd just come on Wednesday and talk my shit. If anyone doesn't like it, I don't know, because I got Torres PR here, and to my right, well, my left,
The other right.
the other right. She'll be on later. I got Pretty Girl First in the building.
Ow.
We're ending the new year. We're ending 2018 the right way because she got some announcements too, and I'm kind of curious right now.
Me too.
With
a little sniffly ass. She got little sniffles. We all got some kind of Ebola right now.
Shut up.
I'm just saying though, like, listen, you got the Clorox wipes right there.
What are you gonna say? No, she didn't need no romaine lettuce.
I'm still, I don't know what's going on over there. Like, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Everybody that's getting sick out there, this common cold must have just now is not so common because everybody and their mother got it, and it's like extended. Like a regular cold the last 3 days, motherfuckers sick for like 8 weeks. Man, and I'm one of those. So
it's that so-called flu everyone's getting.
Man, listen, fuck a flu.
I mean, I live through everything thanks to this coffee.
There you go.
So,
what up, Katie K?
I'm just chilling right now. How was your weekend?
My weekend was really not productive per se. I didn't sell. Well, I sold 2 cars. I work in the car business.
Okay.
So I did sell 2 cars. I spotted one, sold on the spot, and I also wrote one, which is picking up this week. So it was all right. And then Sunday I was off. But relaxed a little bit. Much needed rest.
Okay.
So I go hard in the paint.
And over there at the booth is the boss man himself. I really hope he has the mic or yay.
Cheer.
Kept it from last week.
Come on.
Even from Phil's show.
Right. Yeah. So what's going on?
So how was your weekend? I mean,
my week was pretty good. What was this weekend? My weekends be all over the place.
So. Thursday we had that event.
I'm going to the calendar to look at the dates. Oh, I was mad low this weekend because Saturday shows then they play replays, and then I was under the weather, so I was sleep all day Saturday into Sunday, and I woke up Sunday feel like a new person. Then I came here and got to work Sunday evening until Monday, just locked out. So,
tell me, how are we in an enclosed studio with 4 sick motherfuckers right now?
I'm good now. That was Saturday.
Sick right now. I'm here. I'm not sick right now.
Yeah, so Pretty go over there going like sneeze on my damn laptop. All of a sudden, I got Ebola again.
I got some leftover Dayquil medicine if anybody needed though. Don't worry about it. I got some leftovers.
We got disinfectant right there.
I got disinfectant drinks too.
Clearly.
If you need some of that. I got light and dark.
Let me do a little boozy, let wipe me down. Let me just wipe me down.
I got light and dark if you need it.
Little boozy, little wipe me down, because I ain't trying to get sick, man. I'm just getting over this shit.
Facts.
Damn it. Just little fingers. All right, I'm good.
What you sipping over there, though?
Listen, man, I'm not getting cut a check, but since y'all already see the bottle, I'm sipping this little Henny Privilege. It's only $19.99 in East Flatbush. It was fairly inexpensive for a fifth. And then I also have some Tropicana cranberry, which is a majority a fruit flavored beverage blend. It's not actual real cranberry, but it does have some artificial sweeteners, and it tastes pretty good with my drink. Thank you very much.
Wait. Let me see that.
You can see this.
Rock. Isn't a bottle of the regular one just $12?
That's accurate. That's accurate. Yes, ma'am.
You have a point. Actually, which I should try to do if you well not tonight because it's going to be closed already. But the warehouse over here is always a few dollars cheaper than every other liquor store I see. It's about $3 cheaper on the bottles.
He just got happy right now.
No. If I may interject, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Very randomly, on the top right of my screen, and y'all can check it out, I'm not lying. It says, I don't know if Siri overheard something, but it says, "Sext with just 2 fingers are good."
What?
What the hell?
Welcome to Monday Night Raw, everyone.
What does it say? What does it say?
I don't know what that means. I went away though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, so you try to say I'm lying, though.
Welcome to the Rawrrzone.
Oh yeah.
Yo, deadass though.
Raw. That's pretty random.
So
All
apparently
right.
his Siri tried to see something about sexting and driving. I don't know.
Siri's a freak.
I mean, from what I understood after all the videos I've seen today, so are you, but we're gonna get to that later.
Hey, yo, that's a fact. That's common knowledge.
Dude, I would tell you after we go into this segment, the video.
We gonna talk about it.
So we normally have this segment, and Queen, you can get in on this if you want to. We play someone's music that they email because we get email submissions all the time. So we always put one song on blast, and everyone gives their critique on them. Hopefully that person's listening. If not, he'll catch the replay.
I hope it's not trash, because I'll be the first one to tell you that shit is booty doo.
I mean, you gotta tell us if it's booty doo.
It's my opinion. Doesn't mean it's factual, but I'm gonna tell you the raw because we're in the raw zone.
Okay, sir.
Because we go in raw.
It's going raw. Okay.
For the record, I do not promote unsafe sex. Please, guys,
Yes, he does.
no, I do not. To minimize any kind of spread of HIV or the herpes virus or any other STDs, please make sure you strap up, use a condom.
He said, "Don't be silly, rapper Willie."
Preferably Trojan Ultra Thins in the gray box. That's my preferably favorite one. Thank you. And proceed.
So we're gonna get into this segment. Right
Correct. See that I'm a solution specialist rather than a problem solver. Solution specialist.
I had a good remark toward that, but I'm not trying to insult the guest right now.
How about it? Yo, so what's up, man? Who's that, Louis verse?
Yeah, so what did you think of the track?
I actually liked it pretty good. I was a little bit taken away because I thought the name Louis verse. I expected something different, but you know what? I like it. So, yo, shout out to Louis verse, man. It's a pretty dope song. Is that original record or is that like a Drake beat?
Well, if he's online and if
yo, Louis verse, yo, pull up, man. Call up, man. Is that original Louis verse? Because if it is, I like it.
Rock.
I'm mixed on it.
That's the first.
No, because the thing is, I heard the beat before. So if I'm going from that angle, I'm not gonna like the song only because the beat it reminds me of the song that I heard, where I heard the beat from. But if I take that out of my brain, I actually like it. So I'm on the fence about that one. Like he said, if the man could confirm that that's an original beat and it just sounds similar to the other one, then I'm rocking with it. But if that is the actual beat, I wouldn't play it because I'm gonna remember the actual song that it came from. If I could actually remember, I think it was a Drake song, but I don't even want to say that if that's not really what it was.
Oh yeah, what you think, Mama?
We can give another.
I think that it was alright. It was cool. The beat definitely does sound similar to something. I can't pinpoint it, but it sounds similar to something. But I agree with Torres. The name, I thought I was going to get a little bit more bar play, but that's okay. It's cool. It's very, catchy. It's very now.
I could dig it.
Listen, you sound so beautiful. Doesn't she sound beautiful, guys?
Travel with me to do that, when I really need it.
Oh, like a little golf clap. Hit you with the golf clap.
Pick me up, and I would do it. I would be like, "What? You better be clapping for her."
You gonna be high?
Oh, of course I'll be high all the time, but that's
must be nice. I envy you for that. I cannot participate in those extracurricular activities because of my heart.
So I have the same thing, though. That's the only problem. I just don't listen.
But you don't have a pacemaker like I do.
Fact.
Aha.
Well, now that we talked about that, tell me about Legendary Remedies.
All right. So first and foremost, I feel like I didn't introduce myself. So just for the people, on Monday Night Raw, the Rawrrzone on a Wednesday,
okay.
I will let y'all know. So on the mic is your number one PR, Jay Torres, aka my full government name, Jonathan Torres. All right. I'm originally from Ridgewood, Queens, borderline Bushwick. to 96. Then I moved out to Amityville, Massapequa, Long Island. So I'm from the Burbs, 516631. And right now, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the building with KDK and the Greek Freak. You know?
Let's not let that name. We're not letting this name catch on like Cocaine Katie. We're not doing that.
Nah, I don't know about that. I'm just talking about, you know what I'm saying. But all right, so you asked about Legendary Remedies. Great. So I have a partner of mine who's located in Southern California, and he has a business by the name of Legendary Remedies. So it's a legal cannabis delivery service in Southern California, and he delivers to about approximately 2 or 3 neighboring counties in Southern LA. And that's my guy. He's been my best friend since I was like 3 years old. So we go back about 30 years. And you know, I'm actually a partner in it, whatever, even though I'm over here in the East Coast. But shout out to Governor Cuomo for, you know, looking out for medical cannabis. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be for not medical, but what's the other term? Recreational. Yes. So Governor Cuomo in the next 90 days in his new term is going to go be an advocate for recreational marijuana in New York City. Unfortunately, I cannot partake in it, but shout out to all the weed smokers like KDK.
You know, I really hope Mom's not watching this.
I'm talking about,
Oh,
Mom,
okay.
Mom.
Sorry, Mom. But here's my thing though, because Cuomo was against that in his first term.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really think he's gonna actually follow through with that promise?
I do think so, because I believe it's actually going to be more related to business and economy, because they're stating that it's going to potentially give New York State an extra $1 billion in tax revenues. And obviously it could be utilized for several different things like education, affordable housing, and, you know, fixing maybe infrastructure in New York State. So I believe that money is really needed rather than continue to enforce the laws and, you know, pretty much arrest people for these very, very minor non-violent criminal offenses.
I mean, I don't think, honestly, tell you the truth, I don't believe he's actually gonna do it. I think he was just doing it to get elected.
Think so?
Because originally Cynthia Nixon wanted to make it legal, and I'm not sure because I really didn't follow too close to the election this
Understood.
time. But he was still not completely for it.
Mm-hmm.
So now that he's getting reelected, he wants to keep the people. That's the only reason why he's doing it. Because at the same time, while they're trying to get this legal, they're also trying to bring up the new Amazon building in Long Island City.
Correct.
That they're fighting with the protesters already. So there's a lot of things that could bring money, but there's going to be a lot of blocks before it could even get pushed out.
I mean, there's always going to be a backlash. I mean, I guess the people in Queens, specifically in regards to the Amazon situation, you know, a lot of people that are in their local municipality, in that community, feel that, you know, they're going to be able to lose jobs. And in actuality, it's actually going to bring quite a bit of jobs, being that it's going to be one of the headquarters in the East Coast. So there's always going to be some backlash whenever there's something different and change. So it is what it is. But shout out to Governor Cuomo, man. We need the legalized bud. Legalize it.
Do you think though they're gonna actually put it in the dispensaries at the plant, or like you're saying before, it's just gonna still stay as oils?
I mean, I know currently right now for people that are have a medical marijuana card in Manhattan, or I'm sorry, New York City, New York State, they only have cannabis oils, and also that in pill form. It's not in flower form. But I do believe that with this new legislature, they will probably be able to put in flower form into dispensaries, and again give the New York State government, you know, some much needed tax dollars. You know what I mean, to reinvest into the state.
So you said you had lived in Ridgewood,
yes,
and moved to
yep.
Amityville.
Yep, Amityville, Massapequa, Long Island. Like, you know, like the horror house, the movie, Amityville horror movie. I live like 5 minutes away from there. It's a real house. People live in it.
People actually live in it?
It's probably one of the most expensive houses on the block, actually, on Ocean Avenue in South Amityville.
And no one died in it?
Not since the original slaying of the family there. Not that I know of.
Yo, people are crazy if they think they're gonna live in that house and not die.
Hell no. I would not live in that house. Hell
like,
to the no.
It's like where they have Annabelle in Connecticut, the original Annabelle.
People live in the house?
They literally have it now as a museum.
Word?
They won't have people live there, but they let people go there. I'm like, are you crazy?
Yeah, nah.
That's an evil fucking doll.
I don't want no parts. That shit was type scary.
And I went to the event when they did the unveiling of the original the new Annabelle movie, when they unveiled the doll.
Mm-hmm.
Creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
No, you can keep that shit on that side.
Yeah, no. it was a fun experience, like to see many people like in Hollywood and this and that. But that shit was fucking creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But what is that experience though? Not even. What's the difference between living in Ridgewood and living in Amityville for you?
I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, to me, it's just a matter of like population density, you know. So I was born and raised, 1689 Linden Street between Cypress and St. Nick, Ridgewood, Queens, borderline Bushwick. It was just more of just a metropolitan urban environment. So, and then when I moved over to, Massapequa in 96, it's just more, more like, housing, more suburbia. Houses are more spread out. You have your own lawn, you have a backyard, you know what I mean? But in terms of the lifestyle, very, very similar. It's just not as populated per se.
So has it influenced you musically at all?
Well, I think it has because it's been able to give me like a nice wide variety, with my ear. So obviously, living in, Queens and, you're able to get like the whole old school, like the Nas's and, the Eric B's, you know what I mean, of the world, and Jay-Z's and Marcy and, all the originators, came from the boroughs. But then if you want to take it to perspective, back in the day, you had like EPMD from Long Island. You have Rakim from Wyandanch. You know what I mean? You have originally, who else you have? LL Cool J, is actually originally from there before he moved to Queens. Busta Rhymes, his family, Uniondale, leaders of the new school. So you have like a lot of your original OGs in hip hop that actually came from Long Island.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know that. So it gives you kind of like the best of both worlds, the metropolitan urban experience as well as the suburb experience.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you currently do PR. Is that something you took up in college?
Actually, no. I graduated from Amityville High School in 01, and then I went to Penn State University from 01 to 03, and I was actually studying biobehavioral sciences, biobehavioral health. So I wanted to work in pharmaceuticals. Like my mom, she worked at a company called Pfizer. And after a couple of years, I was like, you know what? This is really not what I wanted to do. Wanted to come back home because my family couldn't afford to, to keep me in that school at $30,000 a year. My family's middle income. So the public relations, I wound up just doing it myself. I've always had a knack for music, for marketing, brands, promoting clubs. So in 2012, I established a public relations and marketing company called One PR. So the PR standing for public relations, but then it became a play on words because people thought, being that I'm Boricua, Puerto Rican, that the PR stands for that. So I ran with it. So One PR is number one public relations and marketing, but it's also the number one Puerto Rican. So,
Oh, so you're the number one Puerto Rican?
That's what I'm aspiring to be on top. Yeah, I want to make sure, I rep for my people. I think that, besides like rest in peace Big Pun and, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying, who's like half Rican, like who really is out there repping for the Ricans now, you know what I mean? So I feel like I gotta be like that guy, you know what I mean? Got the whole island on my back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear a lot of people say that either, so.
Yep, you gotta represent. I mean, we have more Ricans in New York than the whole island of Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal. And especially about the past year, some change after the hurricane happened and kind of, tore up the whole country.
Do you have family there?
I do. I have my mother's parents, which is my grandparents, my maternal grandparents, and they're actually pastors in Puerto Rico. So they live in the mountains. They're safe. They were with us after the hurricane. They went back. The house in good condition. So besides that, I have like extended family, but those are my main two.
Okay. So your first client wasn't even for public relations. Your first client wasn't an artist. There wasn't anything. It was actually water.
Correct. Yep. Absolutely. So in 2012, I went to a club one time with an artist that I was managing from Far Rockaway named Mike Far Rock Mills, and he went to a club, and I wound up seeing this bottle of water that lit up. I thought it was liquor. So I wound up being a little tipsy, a little inebriated, and wound up actually bringing that bottle home with me. And then when I dropped it off in the middle of the night, I woke up and I'm like, yo, what's that light? And the actual bottle of water had a little light on the bottom of the bottle, which is pretty dope. So I turned it off. And then the next morning, I wound up looking at the address on it, where it came from. Long story short, I wound up, contacting the CEO of the company, who was based in Alaska. And I asked him if I had interest in the actual product itself. He said I had to buy a mandatory minimum of like 3 pallets, which at that point was maybe somewhere around like $5,000. I took a leap of faith. I was working for AT&T at the time, and I wound up taking a loan for my 401k. Took out 5 Gs, took a leap of faith, bought 3 pallets, and started becoming the waterman. So I wound up having that product, the product placement, put in music videos, put in gentlemen's strip clubs, put in restaurants. And after I did that, I kind of piggybacked off my own wave. I started One PR in November of 2012, and then wound up making Crystal Glacier Water my first client of One PR.
And you still promoting it?
No, unfortunately, kind of fell through. The honest God's truth is that I had a meeting with one of the owners of Fubu back in 2015. His name is Keith Paring. And long story short, he actually wanted to buy out the whole company, like Shark Tank. He wanted to, at that point, wanted to buy out the whole company. So I got a prospectus from Crystal Glacier Water, and they gave me some figures. And the numbers were hypothetical numbers. They weren't very accurate. So, the owner of Fubu looked at it and said, listen, I'm not an accountant, but I could tell you these numbers are not accurate based upon what they want. They wanted to buy out the business for $2 million, and I was trying to negotiate a deal, which I would have got, 7% from each side, from Crystal Glacier Water and from Fubu. A 40% stake at that time of $200K, would have yielded me upwards of about, 30 grand. And I lost that deal. So I got kind of disgusted, and I kind of stopped messing with the company.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was my first taste of like how messed up business potentially can be. You know what I mean?
So what did that whole experience taught you?
It taught me to, moving forward, whenever you get involved in any kind of business ventures, that make sure beforehand that all of your ducks in a row, legally speaking. Make sure your contracts are read. Make sure you have an entertainment lawyer or any kind of lawyer that's going to retain, that's going to be able to overlook contracts and can kind of be a mouthpiece and speak on your behalf to make sure you're not getting fucked over per se.
Okay. So do you currently manage or like do PR for any artists?
I currently took a little step back from doing some PR for artistry. I mean, I could go on for days about that, but for the most part, what frustrates me about a lot of the up and coming artists specifically is that they don't take it serious like a business. Obviously they're artists and they want to focus on the craft and rap and do what they got to do, but they understand there's a difference between music and entertainment. And at the end of the day, entertainment is actually business. So, when I deal with an artist and they don't have, at the very least, the ASCAP and BMI, they don't have a website. Not saying that just because you don't have these things, you're not going to be successful. But at the very least, rather than spending, $400 on some red bottoms or $1,000 for a Gucci sweater or smoking an eighth a day of bud, invest in yourself. Get your trademark, an LLC, get your EIN number, ASCAP, BMI, get a basic website, pay a little bit of money for a marketing company or PR or publicist to actually push you to get you these looks or whatnot. And a lot of these artists, they have a sense of entitlement. So they feel like you you owe them the world, and they haven't accomplished anything. You know what I'm saying? Other than a couple of YouTube likes from their local friends. You know what I'm saying? From sharing on whatever. You know what I mean? So I kind of got a little turned off per se from the music. I still deal with some people on the low, but my focus for 2019 is focusing more on small businesses. Okay. That's why I want to take my talents. Focus on branding and using social media and social search engine optimization to focus on small biz.
Okay. Rock and First, you guys are pretty successful artists. Do you agree with a lot of the things he's saying right now?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got the business and you got the entertainment side right there. And goddamn, who's being like that?
Fee 5 4 from Jolly Green John, that motherfucker. Who that?
I agree with him 1,000%. Most artists, I always tell people that the artistry and the business side is two different sides of the brain. Most artists deal with the artist side of the brain, but they're never really good at business. A lot of business people aren't good at the artistry. So it's very rare you find one that's a gel, which is why they have people in their corners. So now if the artist has somebody in their corner letting them know you need this, but they're not doing it, then that's how you lose the help that you would have to get you to the next step, because most artists don't know that business part, which is, it sucks, but it's two different sides of the brain. It's like having oil over here and having apples over here. Is like, okay, who mixes apples in oil, right? But then if you do that, you might come up with some ill recipe, and very few have that recipe. So
yeah, and I can't like knock the artists for not knowing that, because like at one point in time I wasn't aware of it. But like a lot of artists, they don't do their due diligence, and what gets me mad, and I can't blame nobody, it's kind of my fault for it, is that you got to differentiate friendships and business. Because I know a lot of people, I have a lot of acquaintances, across New York, Long Island, and so many people have tried to use me for my plugs and my contacts, that what happens is that once they see who the person is behind the scenes, actually like, pulling the strings and making shit happen, they'll try to undercut you and go straight to the source. But a lot of these people, they don't understand is that they wind up actually shooting themselves in the foot, because once that person realizes what they're doing, the quote unquote plug, my relationship with my contacts is so strong that even if a person tries to backdoor me, the person they're gonna get to will not deal with them. They'll be like, yo, nah, go back to Torres. At that point, I'm disgusted. At that point, my partner's disgusted. And you shot yourself in the foot. So now, instead of having a good relationship that you could have utilized, now you're stuck to square one. So keep trying, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna just take a one song music break, and then we're gonna talk about the Grand Hustle and just a couple of
Baby oil.
Yes.
Let's get it.
And we are back.
We back.
So I like low key like slid into his laptop and
hey yo, you did what
Shut
now?
up.
You did what now?
Shut up.
You nasty.
But I can finally tag him with no problem on this shit.
You gonna do what now?
You're a dick.
That sounds little
So if we're gonna go there, how about you tell me about that party?
What are you referring to, KDK?
So our lovely guest here was on BET's The Grand Hustle with T.I.
Chip.
And being at work bored as shit while I'm supposed to be editing videos that wouldn't just download.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to have gone through YouTube because I don't watch reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
The indie scene's enough of a reality TV on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a picture of him by a pool with a female. And you look at this video saying, I love hustlers or something like that. And all you see is a booty jiggling, oil jiggling all over. And you have T.I. watching them.
Okay, let's keep it raw, man. What I was actually doing is let me.
You were trying to get your Mac on.
I definitely was getting my Mac on, but I had listen. I'm gonna get to that. So long story short, Grand Hustle BET season 1, 16 contestants from all across the country trying to win a 6-figure salary, working for T.I.
Yes.
Okay, so from all across the country, hustlers, 16 of us, right? So this was episode 7, where there was 8 of us left. 8 have got eliminated. T.I. said, hey guys, you know what? You guys made it halfway. You guys got the day off today. Enjoy yourself. Have a pool party. Have friends coming over. Have drinks. Whatever the case may be. So fast forward, there was drinks. There was women. A lot of women from Atlanta. Couldn't find out a lot of them was actually strippers from like Magic City. Thank you. They pulled up. Don't ask me how. The party was mad dead. Who was me and my team members. Name was Jonathan with a Y. So Jonathan and Jonathan. So I'm like, yo, Jonathan, yo, this party's mad boring. Like, yo, let's turn up. He's like, yo, what you want to do? I said, what you want to do? I said, let's get it in. Let's go. I bet. So I wound up taking my pants off and just being in my drawers and wound up cannonballing into the pool. It was turned up. Everybody's having a good time. Don't ask me how. Like 10 minutes later, a bottle of baby oil ended up in my hand. And there was some dick chick from Atlanta was like, yo, do you mind rubbing some baby oil like on my legs, whatever? I was like, no doubt. You see that thing, right? So, you know what I'm saying? I start rubbing the baby oil on there, whatever. And all of a sudden, like 3, 4 more girls like, yo, I got next. No, I got next. No, I got next. Like, don't worry about it. I got him. I'm God. So long story short, I wound up being the official baby oil applicator of the evening, of the afternoon. And hence I was
Not even Rocket laughing.
nah, that's a fact. If y'all watched the show, y'all seen I was coined the baby oil king.
Wait, am I allowed to play this without getting muted?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right, continue telling the story.
You trying to play that joint? I mean, damn, if you want, I mean, I could pull up the official joint. So if you got a little,
you have it.
Listen, I had to pay $1.99 off YouTube to see my own shit. It's ridiculous.
Can you plug in a mic, the dogs cord in there?
That's the thing. Oh yeah, right there, look, right here.
Well, I don't know, because that would be doing this bullshit where.
Well, let's see. One way to find out, baby.
If there's not the connector, the adapter to all this bullshit.
All right, let's see.
When I tell you, because the first time I met him, he was hosting an event. So I see someone very serious, very professional, right? And then you go on YouTube seeing him rubbing baby oil and all this. I'm like, and I text him, I'm like, what did I just watch?
All right, so is there audio? Because my shit is like, it's on, but it's not on.
Yeah, the audio's on.
Okay. Audio's on?
Yeah. So to show this to our studio following, you pay $1.99 for your own joint?
It's crazy, right? You would fucking think.
Time to back up off the booze, Jelly.
You already know what it is, boy. Don't play. So
That's
chubby,
me.
you
Can't
see
tell.
chubbiness, so good. So good. Alright, the pool's getting lit. I like what I see.
Free W what I'm yelling.
I'm not getting in the water with another grown man on a pink flamingo. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
They want my body.
Look at Jonathan, man. That's a little hair shovel. Oh my God.
Please believe me, I will run it. They be hating, I'm still coming.
Alright, you know what I'm done.
I want to see what you do.
This alcohol kicking his ass, man.
How the malarkey started. Big bro, see the oil? Yo, who got the oil, yo?
Look at Jonathan.
I got the oil, so just saying, like, I'm the official applicator.
This ain't gonna be good.
Oil can. I got you. Oil can.
This isn't even, I don't even know
The
this
faces
guy.
right now.
Yo, big bro, see the oil? Oil can.
Talking about my enemies and friends.
At least Georgia's staying low key.
So that was
I'm
that.
just kicking it.
So that's a little. If you seen the episode, that's when you know that I got. Unfortunately, after the episode, I did get eliminated. I got sent home because T.I., said, God forbid, I was part of the Grand House organization. If one of those females would have said I sexually harassed them, I would be a liability, and he's the bag, so they would sue him. So hence, because I was a potential liability, I was sent home that day. But I did come back for the grand finale on episode 12, for the record.
I know, I saw.
All right, thanks.
I did research.
Appreciate you.
But so now you see why I'm sitting here dumb-faced for hours at work. He's like, you could talk about this on there. I'm like, are you sure?
I mean, all of America's seen that shit, so I can't front on it now. It's too late. The baby oil king. It's a wrap.
Do people still call you that?
They do. That's the funny thing. Like, literally, like, I'm not gonna lie, at least 2-3 times a week, I'm in Brooklyn, or I'm like at a store or selling a car. And this is how it starts. They look at me. I'm like, how you doing? Can I help you? He was like, you look familiar. I was like, social media. Oh yeah, no, but and I never say it off right. And I'm like, you watch BET? Yeah, sometimes in the Grand Hustle. Baby Oil King, I knew you from somewhere. I guess because my beard got longer. But yeah, I hear all the time. It's actually pretty funny and pretty dope. I'm cool with it.
So how were you able to get along with some members of your team? Because I know a lot of, like, one in particular was a total jackass.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, he done got enough light or free publicity from all of us, but yeah, for the most part, I got along with mostly everybody. We actually, in real life, about 8 of us still keep in contact. So shout out to my homegirl, like Crystal Gardner. She's the one for Staten Island. She actually won the whole Grand Hustle. She'll be moving to Atlanta within the next week or so. My boy Jonathan, Gracie from California, Jill from Chicago, Sierra from Baltimore, who's now in LA, Javi in Florida, Ivan in Alabama. So like, those are my go-tos. Those are like, it's like a sincere, like, family love. Like, I cannot explain to you, like, the bond that we have. You know, when you're enclosed in a mansion with somebody and a group of people for like 2 months with no cell phone, no TV, no internet, no money. You're just there. So
you had no cell phone.
No cell phone, no internet, no TV, no wallet. We were sequestered. We couldn't have any outside influences because we were filming for a TV show that's coming out a year later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out to my whole cast. Like, it's sincere. I love them all. Like, we still keep in contact. We have a group chat, and they're the dope people in the world. I love them. I would do anything for them.
So what did that whole experience actually, like, working with them? What did it taught you?
Specifically, if I could like gain anything from it, up to that point, I think I was doing a pretty good job in terms of maintaining my professionalism and hustling. But what I learned from that is you never know who's watching, literally. And none of us knew that Ti was actually in the cut, peeping what we were doing the whole time. So like moving forward, like I say, if I'm ever like in Miami or LA, and I'm in a situation where there might be people in the industry or you know regular people, you never know who's watching. You know what I mean? Now that I got a little more notoriety and like publicity in terms of people knowing my face a little more, I got to be a little more like knowledgeable of how I'm going to move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? To not get caught up in some shit like that ever again.
Have you learned any new business tactics working on the show the whole year?
Just networking. I mean, my social media went up a lot. Like my Instagram doubled, my Twitter went up, Snapchat went up, my Facebook personal page like maxed out at 5,000. Where now I have a business page, like a fan page. So it grew exponentially, and a lot of people that traditionally I may not have worked with in the past, have reached out to me. I want to do some kind of business ventures or networking. So I love it. I'm ready to work as long as people are like legit. And they have a good business mind and savvy. I'm ready to work with anybody.
Okay, so one last thing before we go into our music break and bring on first.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your hustle different from the rest of the world's hustle?
I think my ability. There's a couple of things. So if I say first of all, is adaptability. Like being a chameleon to be able to adapt to any circumstance and any situation. So I could walk that fine line. So me being like 100% PR Boricua from New York, you know what I'm saying? So I'm able to walk that fine line, living that urban lifestyle, but still be able to be a professional. As you can see, I just came off of work. I'm still on my tie and everything like that. So like, I can go from, talking to a CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation or talking to like the number one trap boy in the hood. You know what I mean? So being able to be adaptable, being able to be a chameleon. Another thing is always being able to learn, like be like a sponge and be humble and always know, like Socrates said, like a wise man knows he doesn't know all. So always learning, you know what I mean? Like being able to be open to people like OG trying to school you or anybody else that has some kind of knowledge to be able to learn from them. You know what I mean? Always continue to educate yourself and level up your hustle, reading books, watching YouTube, anything that's going to help you progress and get you to a better point and make you a better person than you were yesterday is all the definition of hustling.
Okay. So can you tell me where can they find you?
Absolutely. So very, very simple, right? So my social media is all across the board, the same thing. Very easy to find me at TORRES, the number one, the letters PR like Puerto Rico. So Torres 1PR, Tumblr, Pinterest, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. My email is torres1pr@gmail.com, and then on Facebook, facebook.com/torres1pr. I also do have two websites coming soon, torres1pr.com, as well as torres1prcars.com to separate my day life from my PR life. So I appreciate you for having me here, KDK.
Thank you.
You're dope. Thank y'all for having me here. I appreciate that. And much love to all my followers, my friends, all my family. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. So we're gonna get into this music break with our premiere from Rockwell's Lil Man Got Heart featuring Fred the Godson. Then we get into that new.
Oh, it's my man Rockwell's, man. Shout out to my boy Rockwell's. You know what I'm saying? Him, my boy John Jiggs, my man Mouth. Those are my guys. You know what I'm saying? Monopoly Family, Long
Small
Island.
world.
Those are my dudes. Shout out to Rock. I see you out there, boy.
So we're gonna get into that. New York Liddy, She's My Type, and then to introduce our guest, we're gonna play that Bad Habits. So let's get to it.